I'm Jill Ziccardi, and this is my mom, Alice Ziccardi. And my mom was very lucky to survive aortic dissection because it makes a tear into the curve here. And there are many layers in the aorta, and it causes internal bleeding. Most people, after they have the surgery, most people don't make it off the table. One of the things that disturbs me about this whole incident is that we were in 2 different ERs on the same night, and nobody acted with urgency, even though we already knew that she had an aortic aneurysm, which became an aortic dissection.
What do you feel that ERs need to do to be better prepared to recognize this?
Well, clearly the ER staff is not trained to respond to aneurysms. So I want to create an awareness about them. A lot of people are walking around with them and they don't know it. But also, the other sort of disappointing thing is that my mom, when she came out of surgery, because she had all these strokes, was put on all these drugs, Dilantin and a very powerful anti-seizure medicine called Keppra, and very high doses that basically put her in a coma. So my struggle was basically, I was on a campaign to take the drugs down so we could see what we were left with. And as soon as the drugs came down, she woke up after 2 months of being in a coma.
What's your takeaway from this as a daughter?
I think the big lesson I learned personally is that when somebody is really ill, advocacy is the difference between life and death. If I wasn't right there, she wouldn't be standing here. And, a lot of people don't have advocates. So it's important that the staff respond correctly. So after this experience, Dr. Sperling and I feel inextricably linked, and we are working together to try and create more awareness around aneurysms, hopefully with more trainings to ER staff, but just in general, because a lot of people are walking around with these things and they don't know it. So I feel like first Dr. Sperling saved my mom's life because he performed incredibly complicated surgery and she made it through. Dr. Sperling really was an advocate for me. He coached me really to keep on getting the drugs down. So that was really important, because I'm not sure that I would have had the wherewithal to do that if somebody with authority wasn't telling me that. So sometimes I think people have too healthy of respect for doctors and nurses, and they're afraid to say anything, but it gave me permission to speak.